So, you wanna learn how to make beats like Hyperpop and Brandon Finessing? Well, this is the video. So I just made this beat. I was really inspired by Eternal Take and all the songs made by Hyperpop. So I started off with this bell sound from Serum and I made some basic chords. So, you know, when you do chords, you can always voice them differently. Like, if this was like normally voiced, it would sound like this. So I went and selected these top notes here, and I lowered them an octave. It made the chords sound a bit more smoother. It just has a more energetic sound and more hyped up sound. So then I went and layered those chords with another sound. So there's a bit more wider sound, a bit more bigger sound to give it more space and make it more wider. Then I added a third layer to it that sounds like this. It's just something to give more attack and punch to the chords. So all the chords sound like this together. So with all those three sounds together, they give it a really full sound. Because if you just have this right here, it isn't something that has a lot of energy and a lot of bass. And if you want to make like full sounding chords, you gotta layer the sounds. So then I went and added another key sound. It follows the same chords, but I made it a bit more simple. It's kind of like a sound that plays in the background. It's something to just give it more depth, I guess. So then after I added those, I went and added a bell sound from Serum, and I started making some counter melodies. So with the chords, it sounds like this. It's just something to fill the gaps in the chords, to give it more movement and energy, because these beats, they have to be energetic to work. So then this is the crazy part. This lead that I added from OMNISPHERE sounds like this. So it's just something to give it more movement and to really make a interesting lead sound in the higher octaves. This is like the soul of the beat right here, this lead, and it's the sound you hear in most hyperpop beats. Yeah, so you already heard it was about to drop. But then I went and layered that same lead sound with a couple sounds from Purity. They played during the hook of the song and they sound like this. It's something to hype up the lead sound, because this is something that plays in the verses, because it's more of a smoother sound. But then for the hooks I needed something more energetic and more hyped up, so I added these. These are all the melodies together. Yeah, So after that, I went and added something to the background. Yeah, it's something that plays during the hook also, the second part of the hook, just to fill up the background of the beat. Sometimes when you make melodies that are really in the center, the beat kind of sounds too messy and a bit muddy, but when you add sound like this, they make sure that the beat fills up space in your headphones. So now for the drums. The drums are really interesting. First off, I only added one 808 sound and nothing else. But then I was like, this gets a bit too repetitive. So first I only had this basic Beethoven 808. But it didn't sound too good on the hook. So I added this longer, my own modification of the Spins 808. You know, it just gave it a bit more energy to the hook, because the hook is so important that if it doesn't have energy, you might as well just throw the beat in the trash. Hyperpop beats, they're super energetic, so you need to focus on sound selection and making sure that everything sticks together. Super fat 808 has a bigger sound. With the 808, I have this kick. And I guess you heard this part. It has like the 808 hits here and then the kick hits here, so it gives a bit more bounce to it. Yeah, and then I added this basic percussion. I'm not gonna play them separately because there's no point. So yeah, there's a super repetitive hi-hat pattern, and then a basic clap, my own breathing percussion sound, and then a basic like a, I guess it's a bongo sound, bongo, I don't know how to pronounce it. And then there's this sound with a bit of reverb and this signature ring. Yeah. So this the hook of the song. Yeah, super energetic. First of all, I have this basic intro. Like intros, they can be really simple. Just make sure you introduce the melodies. Like you don't want an intro like this. Yeah, it's not something that grabs the listener. You want an intro that has a bit more going on. Like it's the first impression people get from the song, so make sure the intro works, but just make sure you don't have too many melodies in there, because then it's hard to vibe to the song if there's just too much going on right away. But then for the first part of the chorus, I took some of the chord sounds off and the counter melody, and I only had one like smooth chord sound here and then all the lead sounds. And then for the verses, I wanted to make something different than the chorus. So obviously I have this 808 that you heard, and then I went and changed up the hi-hat sound to give it more bounce, just so people hear that we have moved from the hook to the verse. And yeah, like you heard here, I just added some different sounds to the second part of the verse. The verses can be really simple. They don't have to have as much energy as the chorus. Make sure that the verse sounds different from the chorus, because if everything just sounds the same, then the chorus won't have as much emphasis, and it will sound just like another part of the verse. For the pre-chorus here, I added this bass sound that follows the same MIDI as the 808s. And with the melodies. So yeah, this is it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me what you would want to see next. I mean, I could do some mixing tutorials, all that, because I didn't show too much of my mixing right here. I could do a separate video. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.